Let's talk about Category 1 AIF first. This category focuses on sectors that benefit the economy in long run and social welfare. These typically include early stage ventures, startups, angel funds, infrastructure funds, SME funds, social venture funds that focus on inclusive development. Because of their developmental nature, government often steps in with relaxed regulations and tax incentives. But if you are a risk-averse investor, this category is not for you. They are for long-term and comes with a higher share of risk. But if they succeed, the returns are substantial. Category 2 AIF mainly invest in debt instruments, private businesses, and other structures that do not fall under Category 1 or Category 3 AIF. This typically includes private equity funds, fund of funds, and real estate funds. Unlike Category 1 AIF, Cat 2 AIF do not get any special regulatory benefit, but they operate with greater flexibility. Cat 2 AIF is all about strong fundamentals. Companies that need capital for long-term expansion, growth, or restructuring are the target investments here. Taxation in case of Category 1 and Category 2 AIF is different, whereas tax rules in case of Category 3 AIF are different. Let's talk about Cat 1 and Cat 2 AIF first. Here, there is a pass-through status, which means on the income earned, the investor will have to pay the tax and not the fund. So, if you, being an investor, are earning, let's say, long-term capital gains or short-term capital gains, then you will have to pay the tax as per the applicable tax rate. If you are earning income from dividend or interest, then it would be taxed as per the individual slab rates that are applicable to you. But in case of business income that the fund is earning, the fund will have to pay the tax and not the investor. One thing which is important to note here is, on any income which the fund is distributing to the investor, it will deduct TDS at the rate of 10%.